guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine. If you guys celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful time with your family and loved ones nonetheless, and still staying safe and healthy like all of us should be. Today's video is going to be a tag video, and I'm going to be doing the end of the year book tag. And I know I'm a little late to the game because this book tag makes more sense if you do it around September, October, but here we are in December and we're just gonna roll with it. The first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? The answer to this is no, because I kind of have like book reading OCD, where if I start a book, I have to finish it. It doesn't matter if I like the book or I really don't like the book, I will finish that book no matter what. I think in my life, my whole life, as far as I can remember, I've only ever DNF'd three books in my entire life, and aside from that, I've read every single book, and there are a lot of books that I haven't liked, and I still finished it because I just have to. Like, I have to finish a book no matter what. So all the books that I started this year, I've finished all of them so far. Second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition to the end of the year? This question is probably the reason why it made more sense to do this book tag like somewhere around like August, September, October or something, because I don't have a autumnal book to transition to. I read a couple books that I would say were autumnal transition books, but I don't particularly have any specific books or anything like that that I intentionally read to transition to the end of the year. The two books that I read that I would say are like autumnal transitions are Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and illustrations by Faith Erin Hicks, and the second book being Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. So both of these books I would consider autumnal transitions. You have something light-hearted like Pumpkinheads, and you have something darker, creepier, scary like Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So if you're looking for something light, I would go with this one as a great autumnal transition book. Or if you're looking for something a little bit on the horror side, a little more scary, I would go with this one for an autumnal transition. Third book is there a new release you're still waiting for? And the answer to this question is not particularly, because I don't really anticipate any new releases. I just kind of read as I go. I think the only author whose books I ever anticipate a new release from is Ellie Marney, because we all know I love her a lot. I'm not really, I don't really wait on books to release or anticipate any books to release, so I don't have anything that I'm waiting for to release. Next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of this year? So I actually have a lot of books that I want to read before the end of this year, and we're in December, so we'll see if I can get to them. One of the books that I want to finish like right away, right now if I can, is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. It's the book I'm currently reading at the moment, and I'm about 2/3 of the way through, so almost done, and good lord, I just want to finish. I need this book to end. I am done and tired, and I just need it to end. So this is one book that I'm really hoping to just get out the way. The other one being On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I read The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, loved it, absolutely loved it, wonderful masterpiece, great book, and she's a wonderful writer, so I'm hoping to get to this book as well by the end of the year, because I just need more Angie Thomas in my life. I need to read more of her things because she's such a great writer, and I love just reading one book. I can already tell I'll enjoy the rest of her books. Like, I can just tell. I don't normally choose the books I read next. It's usually other people in my life that choose the books I read next. I kind of like that idea of somebody else choosing my books. Sometimes I choose what I read next, but for the most part it's other people. So I hope that someone, whether it's my sister, my boyfriend, or whoever, I hope they choose On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. So if either one of you guys are watching this video, please choose On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Thank you. And the next book that I hope to start, a series that I hope to start, is the Lunar Chronicles series. Believe it or not, I have not read the Lunar Chronicles. I know, everyone and their mom's probably read Lunar Chronicles. I haven't. So I'm hoping to at least get to Cinder by the end of this year, which is the first book in the series. I remember when the Lunar Chronicle books were first coming out, it was a huge thing and everybody jumped right on it. I, of course, didn't, and so I hope to at least start the first book of the series by the end of this year. Next question is there a book that could shock you and become your favorite book of the year? To be honest, I don't know, because I don't really have a favorite book of the year, like one favorite book. I so far have a few favorites of the year, but I definitely don't have one favorite book. And when I go into a book, I really don't have that many expectations, to be honest. Like, I don't have high expectations that I'm gonna like it or not. I just kind of go into reading it hoping that it's a good read. So I don't know if there's a book that will shock me into becoming one of my favorites, because I don't have an expectation for a book to really shock me. So I just hope that whatever I read is a good book. And last question is, have you started making reading plans for 2021? So I don't really have any like defined reading plans for 2021, but I want to get into fantasy. I want to get into like more adult fantasy books. It's something that I've always tried to dip my toes into, but I don't know, fantasy is really intimidating to me. It's just having to get through the world building, the characters and everything, you know. Fantasy tends to have a lot of characters in there, and you have to like kind of wrap your head around the world and the magic system, if there's magic, and all of that. So I just feel like I'm kind of intimidated by the amount of information in the book, but I do want to get into like adult fantasy / high fantasy, because it just seems very interesting. I do enjoy fantasy as a genre, as a whole, like overall I enjoy fantasy, but I do want to try to get into more of like adult higher fantasy. It just seems really interesting. It seems like an escape from reality, going into this whole different world that's very different from the one you live in, so it'd be a nice escape. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to get to more into next year. So that's it, guys, for my end of the year book tag. Again, I know, pretty late to the game. If you have not done this tag, then I definitely tag you to do it, but I'm pretty sure almost everyone's probably done it already, and I will have the original person who created the tags video linked below. But other than that, hopefully you guys are staying healthy and staying safe, because we need that more than ever right now. We're all trying every day. It's just another struggle. We're all trying, so just keep going through it. I know that it's hard right now for all of us for various reasons. It's hard for a lot of us. We're all struggling for different reasons. We're all going through different things right now, but it will pass. It always seems longer in the moment, but it will pass. And that, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful morning, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.